24 hours until Thanksgiving. Welcome to the Messy Middle with Jeanette and Allison. Woo, 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 woo.
Hello. We are here today because I don't know, it's just something that we're super excited about and we're happy to do it. And otherwise we would not be here because Thanksgiving's tomorrow and honestly, we're not doing anything else. So we're going to talk about what's going well, what's not, and how we're moving forward. If there's ever anything that you guys want to talk about, just let us know. We will throw it into the chat. We love it.
Yes.
So what's working? What's working for me, I don't know about you, but just acknowledging where I'm at. I'm burnt out right now. There's a lot going on in my life outside of Peterson and Bell. And it's something that that's part of our movement is like cutting out this burnout and comparison culture. And I'm literally burnt out. And so when we talk about how we're striving towards this movement ourselves too, that's why it's in there. I have a history of becoming burnt out. So that is why it's so important for me to shine light on the subject and just acknowledge where I'm at. Because if I do, I can work through it. And if I don't, then I ignore it.
I'm pro ignore the things. Ignore the
Oh,
things.
me too.
Ignore the things.
Yes.
It's
And then
the
you're
wrong idea. But because I was talking to my therapist the other day. We had gone through the entire PTSD for MST therapy, and he did a checkup after so many months, and he was like, so how's it going, blah blah blah, and he was like, well, if you keep doing that thing, that avoidance thing, because my friend is moving to San Antonio and that's where it happened, and so every time she mentions San Antonio, she loves it, she's from there, and our other friend goes lived there too, and so every time they talk about San Antonio, I just that's great. But he was like, you can't avoid San Antonio. San Antonio itself did not do anything. So every time you avoid it, you're just going to make the PTSD, you have more of a chance of the PTSD coming back if you're still in avoidance.
Yeah, built it bigger.
Yeah, it does. He was like, you gotta confront San Antonio. You gotta talk about it. You don't have to talk about the event, but some good things could happen in San Antonio. You guys know I do my gratitudes every day, but I was like, nothing good ever came from San Antonio. That's that's inconceivable, spending 2 years in a place and nothing good ever happened, Yeah. So I just need to go back to my gratitude practice, stop avoiding things, and then acknowledge that my kids are gonna be kids, because that's where I'm struggling right now is
well, you have them home with you all week. That's that's next level.
Yeah. I'm thinking, is homeschool the right step? I don't know about this.
You can always homeschool starting at a certain age. That is a thing.
Because Eleanor is not going to be here. Eleanor is not going to be. I love the girl. She's a nutcase.
For anyone who doesn't know, Eleanor is 2. I almost said 3. And then Annabelle, my babe, is also 2. They're 3 weeks apart. So yeah, they're wild babes. Okay, I love that I don't love that that's going on for you, but acknowledging where you're at, not only in the work, not only in family, but it's in addition to that, something that you've been avoiding too, acknowledging where you're at on that journey.
Yeah.
I
think I bring that up because tomorrow I'm going to see both of those ladies for Thanksgiving. And so I'm going to make it a point to do something hard and ask them about their favorite things about San Antonio.
Ooh. Okay, that does sound hard. Yes. And then it's going to be they're going to be super excited. You'll feel their energy of I love this part of it. And maybe that will help. I think that's an awesome question.
I think it will help. It's just still scary. It's scary.
Yeah. I could see that. Okay.
So what is not working for you?
Not working every single time. And I do it again and again. And so I'm here, I'm acknowledging, I'm going to change the pattern. Not working is just pushing through, just oh, it's fine. I'm burnt out. I'm sick because I'm burnt out. I'll just push through. That literally never works, ever. It never works for me. And I am willing to go out on a limb and say it doesn't work for a lot of people. Maybe it works for a period of time, but even years for some, but eventually it doesn't. So not pushing through that. I just acknowledge where I'm at. That's what's working. Now listen, listen to my acknowledgement. What did I just acknowledge? Oh, okay. So I shouldn't be pushing through. Okay, got it. So what's not working? Trying to push through like I always freaking do.
Yes.
What about you?
Saying yes to too much. I always say yes to too much. I always like put business and everything before me, and then I do too much, and then I don't have enough time for myself or my husband or my kids. And that's a pattern that's easy for me to fall back into. And so I'm working on really evaluating, is this important enough to say yes to, or is it something that I need to say no to?
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to like serving at church or whatever. And I've got I wouldn't call him a friend. I've got somebody I know that's always like, you should do this and you should do this, and you should do this at church. And I'm like, first of all, I don't even like those things, so I should not do them. And two, why are you pushing me I feel like I'm doing enough. Like,
I wonder if they're excited about you as a person and just like they
no, he's a jerk.
going, oh no. I was like, okay, now rewind, pretend he's not a jerk. Like
Okay.
somebody who's like, oh my gosh, I love this girl. She should do all of these things because it would help in so many different areas. I could like see that. Not the case this time. That's okay.
So like if he was like that and being like, you could affect so many lives, but his mentality is only like legalistically like, well, you should do this because you have kids. You should serve in the children's corner because you have kids. I don't like other kids. I'm not doing that. Like, that is not something for me. I will serve somewhere else. Like, I run a Bible study. I give a lot of money every month. Like we also do like the welcome committee. I feel like that's enough. Like, I feel like I'm doing enough. And I got a podcast dedicated to Jesus. Like, chill out, dude.
That's so funny. Yeah. Okay. So saying yes to too much. I feel like I get into this pattern as well. And honestly, that's what led me to this current burnout. It's like totally what led me there. And now I'm not necessarily backpedaling, a little, but now navigating through the waters that I'm in and figuring out how to get out of them. And so when we can acknowledge, oh shoot, I'm saying yes to too much before we get to me right now, then we can backpedal sooner.
I'm going to get to the point where I know, like, in the moment, I just think I need, like, I know my intuition, the Holy Spirit is telling me, no, don't do it. But I do it anyways because I'm trying to people please. So I need to, before it comes to the people pleasing part, just be like, nah, I'm out. I cannot do that.
I have a tip. Okay, and this is something I learned a long time ago. I'm sure you've heard of it, but I'm going to remind you and anyone else who needs to know about it right now. Wait like 24 hours after somebody asks you to do something before you give them an answer. If whatever they're asking you to do is within that 24-hour time frame, that should probably be a no anyways, because that is not enough time. So if it's within that 24 hours, it should be a no. And it can be a, let me get back to you in 24 hours and actually give yourself that amount of time. It might be hard in some cases, actually do it. So this is something that I just, from what you're talking about, reminded myself of too. And I'm like, oh yeah, okay, gotta do that. That sounds good.
That does sound good.
How do you feel?
Good, because then I can be like, the way my schedule's set up, I cannot do that right now. And be okay with that.
And you can actually sit with it and feel it and not feel like you have to listen to the Holy Spirit or your intuition or whatever's coming to you in that moment or fight against it or whatever. Like, have the time. You have the time to think and feel through and come to a conclusion.
Fully integrate the question.
And honestly, I feel like even when people don't have too much going on, this can still be really beneficial. It's just a really good boundary to have. Like, give yourself time to think about if you actually want to do that, whatever it is. Even if it's super exciting. It can be, I am actually really excited about you asking that, And I do this thing where I give myself 24 hours to actually make a decision because that's what I know I need to do. Yeah. Ooh, okay. Okay. That's how we're moving forward. So how are we moving forward? That is one of the things.
Yes. 24 hours to respond. Wrote it down.
Yes. And we just worked through that right now live with you. So how else? We are going to take the holiday. Like this is a holiday week, at least here in the US. And it'll be nice just to take the time, spend it with family, do the bare minimum of whatever we're excited about. So today we were still excited about the messy middle. And so we're like, no, we want to do it. Let's do it. And if we weren't, then we would have been saying happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you next week. Like that. That's what we would have done. So yeah, I think that's how I want to move forward, at least for this week.
Yeah. I want to just relax, fellowship with friends, get to know new people, and that's it.
Cool.
Just be for a little while.
Yeah. Which, by the way,
sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I don't know if you follow Jeanette on her stories or not, but last week she was trying to just be. And she was on Marco Polo, on Instagram stories, Marco Poloing me saying, I'm relaxing, but what do I do next? Can I puzzle? But so just being is a
something I'm working on doing, or what that looks like.
Okay, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I'm really excited about editing video, actually. Like that's one thing that I am going to do is edit some video because it feels fun. It feels like, oh, this is so much fun. This is hilarious. It's exciting. Like it feels good. Well, if it didn't feel good, I wouldn't want to do it, but it feels good.
Tiny bit of background on that is Jeanette's been editing some videos lately and she sent me a few clips and they are so funny.
Hilarious.
They're so funny. And I don't even know that I would have like picked up on them. So it's like cool to see your brain working in the way that it does. It's awesome. And then seeing the byproduct of that, the product of that. It's really cool. I'm excited for other people to see them too. Are you going to post one today? Is that what your plan was?
I posted one on my main Facebook.
Yeah, on your.
It's funny.
Okay, maybe.
And I've been posting them on Instagram. You should post them on Instagram.
Fun.
Or in your stories.
Yeah. Okay, I have some too, so I will share some. That's fun. Okay, cool. We are moving forward on this holiday week, doing things that excite us and doing the bare minimum of what we need to do. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
So, feel free to let us know how you're doing, and we will see you next week on the Missing Middle.
Dun 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 with Allison and Jeanette.
Bye.